interpreting some cards that I just pulled. I was asking for, a message to share with the collective because it's been a while. And the cards were about a lack of faith and removing negative energy, right? A lack of faith and removing negative energy. And the lack of faith card is almost about how even when you are feeling weak, you have to look towards the light for your strength. I'm thinking of plants, when a plant or even a seedling is trying to grow out, it's going to sprout up because that's where the source of light is coming from. And if it's facing away from the light, you're going to see it bend and go closer because that's what they do. So I got some paint here from there, but because of this lack of faith that you may have or you may be experiencing, it's all about you maybe not finding that silver lining. So it's more of a push to try to think about the best in situations, break down the situation to smaller fragments and see how it could be adding up into a whole different piece of your puzzle and to be extremely helpful to you. And I'll drop my yoga mat, but that's okay. So with removing lack of faith, just affirm that you know that you're here for a reason. You have a purpose. And everything that you're going through is leading you to that purpose. Like, it's all for a reason. So whenever you're examining this lack of faith, you think that your story not important or something. Like, you're definitely here for a reason. You were definitely instilled with all the mental faculty and agility. Like, we are human. There's nobody that can express themselves like us. So we're all here to do something, regardless. When I saw the lack of faith match with removing negative energy, it made me think of just different methods that we may have. It's getting a little bit colder. People may not be able to go to the water. I'm saying it's getting a little bit colder as the sun's shining on me with a tank top. It's getting colder in other places, other world. We all go through different seasons. So in a worldwide spectrum, but where I'm from, it's getting colder for sure. So those releasing things that we may do can get a little bit harder, especially when you having a lack of faith because you're going away from the light, or it's just not as light in the day. But yeah, so some things that you can do to remove negative energy are still going outside. Even if it is a little chilly, go touch a tree. Trees definitely absorb energy. I would say to thank it, give it gratitude for taking in the energy that you have and ask that it be transformed into love. That's a topic that's a method that I really kind of live by. Like, anytime I'm removing negative energy from myself, my mentor also taught me something where you can feel the negative energy in your stomach, and when you feel that, you literally take it, grasp it, throw it right to the right 3 times. That's what she taught me. And I do that, and I can automatically just feel my stomach being better because I think that I have a connection. Well, I know that I have a connection, or we all have that connection, honestly. But when you physically try to remove things, that's why they say shake it off. That's actually doing something. It's changing your auric field by literally removing something intentionally. And that's all you want to do is remove things intentionally. So that's one method, or a second one. And when there is negative energy stemming from a lack of faith, for sure, sometimes people get frustrated with God because you're not understanding the purpose, or you feel lost in the sauce about the purpose, or it's just not going the way that you thought it was. I'm tempted to say just pray on it, but I want to be able to give more detail. And it's remind yourself that you're worthy of those things, and it will come to you. Remind yourself that you just have to find the direction inside yourself. You just have to find the strength inside yourself to go out and do and execute, because you are the masculine and the feminine. You are the creator, creatrix. You see what I'm saying? And not in the sense that you created everybody or it's you're a reflection of God on earth. So, you feel me? Whatever you're praying for is inside of you. You're just praying to unlock the answers. You're praying for that. Manifesting that. It's all about claiming your worth, because when you're claiming your worth, you're showing the faith that you have. Iyanla Vanzant, in that book that I'm reading, the One Day My Soul Opened Up with the 40 Days and 40 Nights, she focused on faith recently, And it was just, she gave an example of how we have faith that we're going to wake up every morning, right? We're not sitting here writing things, or like there's no preparation for death the next day, because you just have faith that you're going to wake up. Like, it's like, oh, okay, look, another day. Like, of course you're grateful for it, but unless you're sick or, you know, going through something that would be a doubt in your mind, you have faith in that. So there's also a thing in the book about how, like I was saying before, we have that mental faculty. We can make decisions, we can do things and communicate and express ourselves in ways that other animals cannot. So animals, mammals, and beings. So we were entrusted with faith that we would fulfill our purpose. We were entrusted with faith that we would honor ourselves and do the right things to lead us to that higher purpose, to that higher goal, to fulfill these missions that we're here on earth to fulfill. And for a person, a being, to have that much faith in you, to instill you with that much power, that much personal power, you don't think that you should match faith with faith? And yeah, I've been working on surrender a lot myself, and just giving it to God, like letting go and letting God. And it's been easier in situations that were a little bit easier to deal with, but in situations when, you know, things are a little bit different, or things may be a little bit more crunchier, it's like, oh wow, like, but you just surrender and show gratefulness for what you do have, because when you're operating off lack, that's exactly what's going to manifest into your reality. So there's no operating off lack. We operate off divine moves, divine time, divine feeling, divine thought, intuition, intention. That is what we are acting off of. You don't act off of fear, because it lands you in a fearful place. Honestly, it lands you exactly where you was afraid to be. So surrendering, even if it takes tears, surrender. Talk it out, write it out, get it out of your being, because it's just a disrupt in your energy. And sometimes those things want to take over, because it could be a previous comfort for us. But we ain't on that. We are not on that. So I thought I was going to put this on Instagram, but I think I'm going to actually upload this for my YouTube. And let it be that. And I saw my bra a couple times. It's my favorite color. It's fine. Peace.